Prophet Micah on this beautiful Saturday. Woe to those who plan iniquity and work out evil on their couches. In the morning light they accomplish it when it lies within their power. They plan iniquity, work out evil on the couches, planning evil. I heard a story about a man named Nick, a big, strong, tough man. He worked in the railroad yards for many, many, many years, and he's one of the most reliable employees, but Nick was a chronic worrier, always fearing the worst, talking about what might happen. One summer day, the crew was told they could leave an hour early to attend the birthday party of one of the foremen. Nick was out working one of the refrigerated boxcars when somehow he accidentally got locked inside. He didn't have a cell phone, radio, everything else was gone. When he realized that he was trapped in the car, he began to panic. He started screaming at the top of his lungs. He beat on the doors hour after hour till his fists were bloody. He finally had his voice go out. Nick was very aware that he was in a refrigerated boxcar. He guessed that the temperature was well below freezing. He began to fear the worst. He thought, if I don't get out of here, I'm going to freeze to death. There's no way I can make it all night. The more he thought about it, the colder he got. Shivering almost uncontrollably, he found a piece of cardboard in the boxcar. He wrote a note. It simply said, "So cold, body going numb." My last words. The next morning, when the crew came in, opened the big steel doors, they saw Nick's body curled up in the corner. The autopsy revealed, indeed, he had frozen to death. But here's the amazing part of the story. The refrigerator unit in the car that Nick was in that last night was never even on. The temperature in that car was, when he froze to death, was 61 degrees. Nick froze to death because he was convinced in his thinking he was in a freezing car. Well, our thoughts matter. Our actions follow our thoughts. And so when Micah tells these people who plan iniquity, work out evil on the couches, well, they're on the couches planning evil. Well, that's what's going to happen. That's what you produce. You think negative, you produce negative. Think positive, you would be positive. You think good things, think of blessing people. Don't think of the wounds. Don't think of the hurts. Don't think how you've been mistreated. Because just make you old and bitter and sour. Even in the midst of pain and suffering, there's always blessing that God has given us. So make a commitment to that, your thoughts, your mind, that you would keep it, as difficult as it may be sometimes, on the good, on the beautiful, on the blessing. Have a beautiful weekend.